we at last getting to understand what's befalling Jamie Foxx? The news in regards to the Oscar-winning entertainer's well-being status has been very out of control throughout the course of recent weeks. Yet another report is at long last getting up some free from the unanswered inquiries. And the primary of them is Jamie being held in clinic against his own will, well, assuming that you're anxious to become familiar with the subtleties lock in light of the fact that I'm hopping straight into this story. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Station as we continue to petition God for Jamie Foxx's fast recuperation. The entertainer actually stays under the clinical oversight, and fans begin to get stressed that the entertainer's condition hasn't been improved in spite of the various remarks and explanations from his companions and individual big names. So essentially, every individual in the Broadway is attempting to persuade us that there's no more danger to the entertainer's life, and he is rapidly recuperating from his secretive well-being alarm. Anyway, new stunning reports are arising, and they shed all the more light on the circumstance, lastly uncovering why he hasn't been released at this point. The last thing we heard is that the 55-year-old entertainer was purportedly sharing a post on his Instagram expressing gratitude toward everybody for help and love anyway. At a similar, he remains hospitalized in the wake of experiencing an unexpected problem last month. And the data about his advancement hasn't been unequivocally clear in that frame of mind as the sensationalist newspapers and different VIPs say Foxx is, as of now, making a course for recuperation, and he stays in the medical clinic for extra checking and testing. As one source imparted to the media, Jamie is steady and not in a perilous circumstance. Now the adopters are accomplishing other things tests and need to be totally certain that he will be okay prior to permitting him to be released anyway. This data didn't trick the entertainers, fans who are sitting tight for genuine updates for about a month now, and receiving only commitments consequently, as one source uncovered Jamie is anxious to leave the clinic bed, and in spite of the delicate condition of his well-being, he wishes to be any place outside the medical clinic walls. He has a ton of ventures going on. He finishes things. He is engaged and clever. What befell him medicinally is sufficiently serious to keep him in the medical clinic. The entertainer was confessed to emergency clinic on April 11 right from the arrangement of his impending film Back in Real Life, which was recorded in Atlanta, Georgia. Jamie's girl, Corinne Foxx, shared the report about her father experiencing an unexpected problem on her Instagram, yet wouldn't give any further updates. Since requesting security, evidently, the Foxx's well-being alarm was sufficiently serious, and as certain sensationalist newspapers uncovered, the entertainer was one stage away from biting the dust. Yet fortunately, he got all assistance and therapy that he really wanted, and is as of now attempting to recuperate from his difficulty. It has never been expressed what side effects the entertainer had, and as it was accounted for, the specialists couldn't decide the idea of his well-being alarm for a surprisingly long time. Clearly, James stays under perception, and 4 days after supposedly posting a thank you message on Instagram, there are no report about the date of his release from the emergency clinic, which makes many fans keep thinking about whether James has any association with the external world whatsoever. Notwithstanding apparently further developing condition, there is no word yet on whether the entertainer will be back working on his tasks or back on set, and keeping in mind that the reason for Foxx's hospitalization and his ensuing unexpected issue have not been unveiled at this point by his family or his delegate. The work on the undertakings go on without him. First, it was accounted for that the film is being shot without the entertainer, and the creation group consented to utilize his body twofold for shooting the leftover scenes later. Clearly, the entertainer won't be back on set of his show Beat Shazam, and his companion Scratch Gun has moved forward in the entertainer's place as brief visitor host of the forthcoming 6th time of the show. as numerous sensationalist newspapers revealed the bustling timetable has turned into the principal motivation behind why Jane wound up on a medical clinic bed. And it added a lot of pressure to his life. Because of this strain, it was accounted for that Jamie Foxx had a colossal implosion right on set. And it didn't just defer the film creation, yet in addition prompted a few group being shot, including a few significant staff individuals, in addition to Jamie, nearly turned into a casualty of a trickster who attempted to sell the entertainer the extravagance watches and requested that he get $40,000 money to make it happen. And assuming that you feel that this was the finish of the dramatization, hold tight to your seats when I let you know that the film creation was stopped again on the grounds that the genuine bomb was found on set in London. Superstars attempt to persuade the crowd that James has basically exhausted and had a lot of pressure in the new weeks. It appears to be unusual that his unexpected problem stays such a secret and doesn't permit him to leave the medical clinic and recuperate in the solace of his own home encompassed by family. In what appears to be obscure for some fans is that numerous superstars say that the entertainer is doing extraordinary, yet nobody among them, still miserable anything about the idea of his Panic Fox's companion humorist, Kevin Hart, said there was a ton of movement in the entertainer's recuperation anyway. He would not share any extra subtleties and uncover the date when the entertainer would be at last released. He said, "I'm extremely lucky to have the relationship that I have with Jamie, and to have the option to mind him and stuff appreciate that another Hollywood monster, Steve Harvey, additionally imparted his insight about Jamie's medical care, with a correspondent saying, 'I don't actually understand what happened, man. I was shocked in light of the fact that Jamie's fit this man. He don't not do anything, man. This buddy is fit. So I was truly concerned, man. So I trust all that works out. I'm almost certain it will well.' It seems like nobody will give a particular data and uncover more data than permitted, and such degree of scheme makes many fans keep thinking about whether this large number of big names are essentially concealing something and doing whatever it takes not to be spilled to the press. While specialists have been in the middle of stepping through the examination to find the idea of Jamie's unexpected problem, it seems like fans previously concocted their own hypotheses and found far additional subtleties. With no tests and perceptions, it appears as though there's a plot to keep everything about Jamie's condition in obscurity from the press and fans. And as individuals are beginning to figure the business previously got the subtleties, yet for reasons unknown, they don't race to reveal any data with the general population. And furthermore may keep the entertainer cut off from all correspondence with the external world, as one individual remarked those celebs look as, for example, damnation, they know what's up for genuine, not the public story. And another client added, everyone that is talking looking odd and shaking and stopping, they know something notwithstanding these proclamations about Jamie improvement. You really want to figure out a deeper, hidden meaning to get the genuine realities. And as it appears to many individual superstars don't uncover even several data they have on the entertainer, and basically channel the crowd with the lies, while charges about the idea of Jamie's condition are getting increasingly wild. Some even say that he is compelled to remain in the emergency clinic against his own will, and others are certain that somebody is altering his prescription. There, so the entertainer wouldn't survive the ordeal. At first, all that looks clear as a day, the implosion and excess of work and tension anyway. When you begin focusing on the subtleties, it's not difficult to understand that the occurrence has more complicated courses in the earlier days. It was uncovered he must be restored from he endured, and was the incomprehensibly important issue for him. Yet such grave condition proposes that the entertainer could be forever harmed, and we are yet to find the amount he had truly endured, and what fallouts he would look after this occurrence. Up until this point, the genuine updates coming from the sources, and not merry updates made by VIPs, are terrifying, as one insider, guaranteed James, experienced a serious clinical episode and required quick consideration. It was sensitive for a really long time with him, and he must be resuscitated with him. And he must be restored. He was exceptionally fortunate to be alive, despite the fact that the entertainer is purportedly recuperating and out of risk. We actually didn't get to be aware or perceive how extraordinary the harm was, and on the off chance that he can keep acting with this harm, he endured in the event that the entertainer is sufficiently able to offer a few expressions on Instagram. It's odd why he offers no open expression, or possibly a story. And it's been generally hypothesized that he truly has no admittance to his telephone and virtual entertainment. And all new distributions were made by his companion group. Each and every update appears to be happy to the point that I can't help thinking about why James doesn't film himself. Thanking fans and companions for help. It seems like the entertainer has no genuine local area schooling with the world. And regardless of his companions saying he incredible, he is doing, they could have not seen the entertainer face to face, and essentially rehash a similar content again and again. Well, I truly need to put stock in James' recuperation as numerous others. I find it odd that there are no photographs or recordings, or some other realistic proof that he is doing a firm. I'm almost certain one single photograph would stop numerous hypotheses about his state, and individuals will get sufficient proof that the entertainer is en route to recuperation. Up until this point, this is the most ridiculously stressing second in the entire story. And many individuals concur that without photograph proof, there's not a great explanation to have confidence in his recuperation. As one client composed who has truly seen him, for what reason might they at any point visit with him? Something smells here. And someone else added, what do you think happened to Caney in that emergency clinic? He emerged from there like a mobile zombie. I recollect his overseer, his mentor, smells so terrible well. It appears as though somebody is most certainly attempting to draw out James' hospitalization. Thus far, it's not satisfactory. Whether it's finished to his benefit, my expectations that the entertainer will get any assistance.